The film starts with a couple having a son named Jude. His father used to stay out of the house because of his job. One day, Jude and his mother were alone at the house. There was a robbery, and during this, Jude's mother becomes injured. They got scared after this, and Jude even stopped talking to his parents. His father becomes worried and decides to take his family to a peaceful place. He rents a house and then shifts there with his family. This was the same house we saw in the first part of the movie. Jude finds a buried doll outside this huge house. They take that doll to the house, and while cleaning the doll she finds a note from its clothes. They were the rules which have to be followed for the doll. Jude was spending time with this doll, and surprisingly, Jude named the doll Brahms. Jude talks to his parents while writing and tells his parents that the doll has selected its name itself. A man is shown with a dog, who is the guard of this area. Jude tells his parents through writing that his doll doesn't like that man's dog. Now he was living with the doll, and at night, he was talking with the doll. Jude's parents become happy to see that their son is talking. The next day, Jude writes some rules and gives them to his parents and tells them the doll has made them. There was a rule that Jude will live with this doll forever. Parents were thinking Jude is doing all this. They don't say anything to him because they were seeing him happy with it. Sometimes later, Jude's mother finds a doll and it was torn. When she asks him, he tells her that Brahms has done this because he doesn't like it. His mother was thinking Jude is lying, and now she punishes him while locking him into a room. The doll turns its head and blinks its eyes. Jude's mother was getting suspicious about it, but she ignores all this because of her son. The man who was guarding this town tells them that his dog has disappeared, and we discover the man knows something about this doll that he was hiding from everyone. Jude's mother checks the doll, and then some strange things emit from its mouth. She gets scared and shouts. Jude's father comes there, but everything was normal and seems his wife has again seen nightmares. The next day, Jude's mother becomes disturbed while seeing his drawings. Jude has made the drawings to kill that man's dog and kill his parents with a gun and weird things. Jude says if someone will try to separate me from Brahms, he will kill that person. His behavior changed and used to dress up like that doll. He makes his parents understand the Brahms rules. There was a rule that the guests are not allowed. One day, his father says guests are coming to our home, but Jude says, my friend Brahms is getting enraged and he doesn't want any guests to come here. His mother punishes him to remain sitting at the dinner table. Suddenly, the dining table tilts and his mother thinks this is done by Jude. His father comes and sees all this and says this is not done by Jude alone. He suspects his wife did it because she used to be mentally disturbed. On another side, that man's dog is shown dead in the forest. Because of the act done by Jude in the dining hall, his mother locks him in a room. Jude moves out from there with the doll and reaches Brahms' house. She was searching for him and reaches that huge house. She was feeling strange and sees Jude, who was wearing a mask. He has that doll, and his father also arrives. The man who was the guard tells the story of Brahms to Jude's parents. He was telling the story which we saw in part 1 of the movie. The man tells Brahms has gone mad and that he has ended himself along with 2 people. Father is surprised to hear this story because Jude has named the doll Brahms. Now he was in the thoughts that my son has named the doll Brahms, and suddenly he started talking. On the next morning, the guests of Jude's father come to their home. Jude was sitting while dressed up as the doll. There were a couple and 2 siblings among the guests. The kids of the guests were playing with Jude, and one of them says, your doll is metal. We think you are also metal. The doll was hearing all this, and suddenly, the kid falls on a rod. The sharp rod stabs his chest, and Jude's father takes the boy to the hospital with his friend. Jude and his mother were at home, and his mother left the doll outside and then searches the history of the doll on the net. During the search, she discovers there have been many incidents in this house. Jude's mother gets scared reading all this. Then she realizes that her son is not at home and the doll was also not there. The man comes and says, Brahms asked me to bury this doll. So Jude will easily find out this doll. Brahms' soul finds out the innocent, and now they will live together forever. The soul of this man was also under Brahms' control. He was stopping her, so she will not go to save her son. Jude's mother cleverly attacks the man with his gun and then moves inside the house with the gun. Jude's father meets a man and tells him about Brahms' victims. He discovers that the man is also with Brahms. Hearing this, he hurriedly runs towards his house. Jude's mother reaches Brahms' house and sees her son there. He again has worn the mask. There was the doll in his hand, and his mother says to her son, look, son, listen to me, I am your mother, but Jude takes the gun from his mother's hand. He starts shooting at his mother, but his father arrives, and before he could do something, his father breaks the doll while hitting a rod. After this, Jude comes to his senses and goes to his parents. The man arrives and the doll is shown joining again. Now the doll has a black evil face, and the doll flies the man in the air with its power. Then he kills him while setting him on fire. Jude again sees the doll in a lovely way. He picks it up but then throws it into the fire. The evil powers of the doll were ended. Now Jude and his parents return to their hometown. Everything was normal, but their son Jude talks to Brahms while wearing a mask. The movie ends here. Thanks for watching and subscribing as well.